So far, so good. I'm not seeing us drop into the red. So, crossing my fingers too that this network cable is gonna be the ticket. Also, I hope everything's back. I had reset everything for 1280 by 720, seeing if that worked. So I hope like I got pretty close to where, because I felt pretty happy with where like camera and stuff was, and then I had to change it all. So we'll see. Yeah, when you're on a laptop like I am, you gotta kind of plug directly in to try to help it. It worked for a few streams, but it was just not having it today. Wasn't having it much last time either. Okay, so hopefully this setting is going to work okay. Like I said, I had to change the camera around and now I had to change it back, and I'm not sure if I had things where I had it set. So hopefully it's close enough. Okay. Let's get cracking, I guess, because we're running late enough as it is. Getting all the settings back. Switch out my headphones. Some days, internet better than others. Yep. Definitely for sure. And most days, internet likes to be crap anyway. So. Alright, so are we set? You guys can see me, you guys can hear me, you guys can hear the game. So yeah, I think we're ready to give it a shot. I feel all off kilter from having this. I just had to run into town and, well, other part of town. I live in town now. Now let's see what kind of trouble we can't get into. Entertain and make us want to pull our hair out. That's for sure. A rat in the hospital. Alright, we had those little bit of side things going on with that morgue body that we found, but I never did find the two people mentioned that I'm supposed to interrogate, so it'd be nice to kind of check that out if I can find them, though. There's some people I haven't talked to at the hospital yet, so... And those two people got to be hanging around there somewhere. I think it was a nurse and a doctor. Rats make you crazy? I actually, had rats that I worked with in the education department back at the zoo. They were pretty cute. They can be really sweet. Hopefully this game doesn't want to freeze on us too bad. The weird things I'm going through for this game. I feel like it's a cursed game. That's what I'm starting to feel like. I actually, yeah, bred some of the rats. She had 13, I bred one rat. She had like 13 babies. One in one batch. And then like several in another. And I bred mice. That was brief. Brief as fuck.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
I don't know what you want me to do with the flower, dude. I really don't. So, okay, well, let's go out the door. Rats can be cute and sweet and then find all the spots to jam their whiskers into to make you squirm. I tell people they're kind of like little dogs. Like, they're just as smart. You can teach them all sorts of tricks. If you haven't, you should look up some of the YouTube videos of people teaching their rats stuff. It's actually pretty cool. We got to talk to the benefactor as part of the main one. Is it this one? No, it's this one. Ah! I'm going to end up making it freeze doing that. So, local investigations. Reach the pharmacy. Oh, yeah. I've got to get the one guy, the stuff from the pharmacy. Tippets and that person. And then she's just fucking crazy as shit. Find out who's spying on Thelma. I can't remember the details of that. I'm sure we'll accidentally come across some of this, but some of them I was like, you know, we ought to be able to, it's Hawkins. I need Tippets. Apparently we talked to him at some point. We have him unlocked. I just don't remember who that is. It was a pain in the butt because we had a whole bunch of them, and then it was like, you can't really disturb the nest. So my biggest thing was, we have an unknown over here, but we weren't able to get in that room, I think. Let's talk to this guy.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks.
It's almost as hard as breeding the armadillo.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure.
There, I can pan the camera. I was like, we're just looking at the back of his head.
I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war.
I don't know if I'll leave my glasses on or not. It's just my eyes felt tired on the way back from the store, like they were strained, so I thought maybe I'd try wearing my glasses to help out.
Remember, I may have something for you.
After a while, they strained my eyes too.
Underhand dealings going on in this hospital.
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
Gotcha. Situation.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful.
Yeah, I think mice, though, are still only slightly shorter lived than rats. Rats just a little bit longer than mice.
Guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack.
I feel like maybe once we're done with a lot of this hospital business,
It sounds like things
that
have been a bit rough.
maybe we won't,
What's happened?
there won't be
Yesterday I got
as
attacked
much
by
to
a
try to
patient.
have to catch up on
I
in the
escaped
way of
from the hospital's
dialogue.
garden, but I lost my wallet
We'll
when I
see.
was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Yeah, it just kind of depends. I don't treat my eyes very well, especially now that I'm on the computer and the console as much. Of almost 3 years once, yeah. 2 to 3. 2 to 3 is pretty typical for rats, especially. Mice, like I said, I feel like they usually don't quite get as far up as rats. But yeah, I think it just depends on the situation with my eyes that day. If I'm wearing my glasses for typical stuff, it doesn't seem to strain them as much.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know.
But it
And
is
by
nice to be able to
gangs willing to steal
read
my
and
money.
see a lot clearer. My eyes only get worse Like,
selling
I've thought about
guns to
getting some
civilians.
gun Rs or
You
something.
keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
As much as I'm on the computer and TV lately. I haven't had my own pet rat. My cousin did. I haven't had any mice or rats. Did I miss something here?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital?
I've been an ambulance driver.
Okay. Oh, I think it's just because I have the hint one. Okay.
I'd like to see your good.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
What do you got? Right now I don't need anything from him, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think she was behind like a locked door or something. Let's see. Goswick. Oh, Tippets. Mr. Tippets! You.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
She had snake, mouse, bird, fish.
I can't
Nice.
think of any better news during these terrible
Lots of critters, that's for sure.
Yes,
I like snakes.
we met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
And vampire.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak
Oh,
freely.
and the cat has issues.
This
It got
hospital is not
chased.
exactly the best in London.
Got
I'm
chased
sure
by
you
the
are used to working in
mice.
a better environment.
That's awesome. Oh, God.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
That's
Some are really good, and others are
that
not.
sounds like a funny cat.
But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he
We're gonna get to the juicy bits here in a second once we get past the formalities.
I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Tell me more about cherished people then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with.
The other person we're
Clever
supposed
and
to
cheerful woman.
You
interrogate.
really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
All right.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt.
Yeah. Well, not yet. Oh, his name is Shade, and it's a special fur butt. Aw. Yeah, I like the special ones. They're so unique. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to go about
The
the
nature
eating
of the
people thing.
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
I think that's all we've got for him for now.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
So we've got Gwyneth Brannigan. There's Gwyneth over here.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised.
What are you cooking?
But I suppose I'll just have to deal with
We
this
went out and had
notoriety.
You must
ramen from the
blood
ramen shop
transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced
before
of
I
its
tried to start the stream the first time. We got back about 5.
How are things here?
not good, to say the least. We're struggling
And of course,
against
after
an
that,
invisible enemy. More lethal than
stream
any
problems.
bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic.
I came back with a new shirt.
Especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor.
Got my
These last
ramen
few
shop
weeks
shirt.
have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer?
Cabbage rolls and
Some
pierogies.
nurses have already resigned.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, but the guy we had a ramen shop open here a couple of years ago.
I'm not familiar with all this stuff yet.
But
Perhaps
he's from Japan,
We're all
Yokohama.
professionals, most of them.
So it's called the Yokohama
Dr.
Ramen
Swansea
Joint.
has a gift for recruiting talent.
It's
Most-
grown in popularity super
Is there a
fast.
problem I should
They got really good food.
It would be inappropriate for
So
them
I
to
got some
sit in for
teriyaki
coffee.
chicken bowl on steamed rice to bring back home so I could have it later.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well,
Way too cute
never
shirt.
met someone
Yeah,
as
that's why I had to
brilliant
get it. I
as
was like,
Dr.
okay,
Tippett.
I'm getting
He
that.
should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Yeah, we get the real stuff.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
I usually get the miso ramen with extra egg.
Probably would have left the Pembroke years.
I've had the Yokohama ramen though
Doesn't
as well.
think He was just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a field surgeon, I know that some situations require you to bend the rules.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority. So we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett's.
Okay. Ah.
I've decided that I won't
Let's
reveal
go.
Dr. Tippett's,
Go with it.
shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett's is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr.
So yeah, I went to
Tippett's
pick up the
must regain
cable.
his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you
And I was able to get.
He doesn't
I was
need to know
gonna
you
get a
are.
50-footer because it was more than 25 feet between the modem and where I needed to be with it. But they didn't have a 50-footer. But they had one 75-foot left, so I now have a 75-foot cable. Oh well. Well. I don't know if we should. How come we can't get in there?
It's locked, all right.
I want to go in there. Crazy lady. Actually, there was.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Yeah, give me more of a clue than that, seriously.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet a colleague,
They had like,
sir.
I think they had a 25-footer, but like I said, it was more than
Are you
25
a
feet.
doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Okay. Oh my god.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay.
Poof.
No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir,
I
as
feel
a
like
medic
the
during the war,
Jonathan
I
character
learned to
makes
face
kind of
my
a
death
interesting
and
and
the
cool
death
vampire though.
It's the pain we have to take.
Yeah, lots of talking.
not death itself.
So how did you
get this
happen
job?
to get to
After I
working
left
with
the
dead
army,
bodies?
I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Rock on. Have we met before?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Oh. Ooh. That hurts. Rasputin.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy
Huh?
work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir.
Okay. Yep. I think that's...
Have you heard of someone blackmail?
Pardon me, sir.
Alright. Well, what kind of crap do you have?
Please show me what you have to.
Of course.
Uh-huh. So I guess if I really want to buy some of this stuff, I can. What's this?
It's
Ha,
locked.
of course it is.
I cannot enter.
Urgh. Well. Huh. Crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. Fondest love, Nicolay. Just gonna loot all the dead bodies. Huh. Oh, enter the backyard garden. We could, yeah, I guess we can track these. So it succeeded in that. Suppose we're able to track that. So see, watching dead bodies is usually easy. It's most of the time I get up and walk away. Yeah. How does a dead person go missing? I don't know. So it seems like maybe somewhere around here we're gonna find these people. Please go back home. Try to find who's spying on her. I think this is about how that's working. Yeah, somewhere around in here. Maybe. Still trying to understand how all this shit works. Hmm. There we go. Got the munchies and wandered off to find a corner store. Turned into a vampire, that's what it did. This game totally believable. Alright, so from the Guard of Prewind Command Post to the East End Patrol's Vampire Activity Hospital Survey. Investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in the Pembroke Hospital, London, East End. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is to discreetly go there, observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech, then report directly back to us, and we'll decide what action should be taken. So, yeah. Local command post of the Guard of... Interesting. Yeah, these side objectives, probably a good thing to do, I would think. Let's see if it's beyond our level to handle, but hopefully not. Yep, beyond us. Can we find these guys? I think we should get out. I don't think we're gonna do that yet. It looks so awkward when he runs. Yeah, those guys are like level 18. Alright, so... Oops. Let's... That one we can't really do. We can check this out maybe. 5. We'll go ahead and go in there. Super exciting, isn't it? Seems like they give you plenty of distractions, but yeah, there's plenty of... It's just way too easy to get somewhere way too high level for you. So, Sieg has been telling me that, you know, his advice was like, if you're eating people, then the game gets too easy. I'm like, well, you underestimate my ability to suck at this game. Oh, crap. We're gonna die. So, it's weird that it has to load for certain areas. I'm not gonna dig around in there. I don't know what I'm doing. If it was just about going in and out doors most of the time, it's like half the time I can't tell when a door is going to cause it to load. That's what's bothersome. Because it's loading time. It's insane. But yeah, so, but I told him, I was like, I haven't eaten anybody yet. Don't worry about it. But it's one of those things I might end up like leveling a bunch of people up to where they're worth a crap ton of experience. And then they just basically become an experience stash. Where the fuck did you go? The hell? Don't want to have to worry about him. Photography and a wallet. Bring the wallet back to its owner. Can do. Well, at least we got some. We're doing a couple of them. That's not bad. We just gotta find the dude now. Yeah, I don't know where he is here. Try to find the ambulance driver. There. Okay.
Good evening, Milton.
Good Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yeah, it is.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
Tell me why you're extorting.
If a patient wants a bed.
Where did you get the idea for such?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realised I could make a fortune.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner.
Birthday
in crime.
dinners
Of course she is.
are the
How else
best
would I
dinners.
tell
Is
you?
it your birthday?
I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see the city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed.
But yeah, you're right.
Tomorrow,
With these
fine
loading
food.
screens. Oh.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of
If
all
it is, that's probably been all over. Yeah, okay. It's probably been all over Discord, but I haven't really been on all of the Discord areas. It's hard to keep up. I'm sorry I missed it. Happy birthday.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult
I
circumstances.
hope it's a fantastic birthday dinner then.
Very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running?
Right, this is like the
Nothing wrong with what we're doing.
the hospital of broken rules. Alright, that's all I've got.
Goodbye, Milton.
Here we go.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take
Hey, Cal.
together again.
How you doing, man?
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk.
Yeah, it's Ria's birthday.
And we'll be up again soon enough.
We're on a kind of a slower paced game here. It's kind of talking about anything but the game most of the time.
I'll be back round
It's not bad. It's just
Your words are kind.
Vampire
Blessings
Social
of an
Simulator.
angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady.
Lots and lots of dialogue.
Good
I was
evening.
looking at a little bit more. Apparently there's like 4 different
Pleasure to see you
endings.
You seem surprised.
Oh, you're sick?
Dr. Swansea has brought me
It's
up
good to
speed
be happy,
concerning your
but
recent
sorry you're sick.
appointment to
Like the whole
Pembroke
family got something going around, or just
You're
you?
a vamp. The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Yeah, it seems like we've already come a long ways
Indeed.
from waking up and eating our
Allow
sister.
me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
It's pretty good. Like I said, it's just, it is a little bit. Swansea fancies vampires. I bet. I'm gonna go with I'm glad to see you.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to
But
see
yeah, like I said, it's very much a, like
The
Vampire
pleasure is
Social
mine.
Simulator.
Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless
7:30.
questions, but a rather urgent matter first.
Which part? What did I say? Hold on. Everything I say sounds dirty.
If you prefer, has been
Oh, the yeah, the sister.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best.
I think it's because we played like 6 hours of this game, and it's we're still like at the beginning, just in all this dialogue. So it feels like we've come a long way.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me
Just
blush.
depends on how you do it, I guess, Cal.
A necessary evil.
Man, I miss you.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
Not so much in the sense that I feel like you have to be on. It's just that like talking to you is so much fun. So it's. But I'm really bad at socializing anyway, and so I found myself sometimes wanting to message just to see how things are going.
Mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer
Yeah,
any question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving.
So you can upgrade your weapons. It's kind of, as Mike was mentioning, kind of Bloodborne-y. In its combat, you can upgrade your weapons at the workbench. Kind of like that, you get different components that you can add into your main and offhand weapons to upgrade them. And then you have a whole skill tree that when you go and rest, you can pick what to upgrade. So if you want like more health or more stamina, or if you want to recover more health or stamina from or blood from certain attacks.
What are your expectations? Please.
Hey Corey, what's up? How you doing? You can clear the game in like 25 hours, but I doubt we'll make it that kind of time. I'm trying to decide like how fast to push, and that might just depend on how we'll fill things out with everybody. Like if we're like, okay, just skip all this dialogue, just go straight to the quest dialogue.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten
Like
you?
kind of how we want to do it, but then also I'm sure there's a certain element of difficulty that's going to go into that without being able to level up properly.
Would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicion.
Just got off work?
The patient or their family.
Yeah, well, I haven't missed much, just a lot of dialogue and me having trouble getting the stream started. I started about an hour and a half, 2 hours late. I had to go pick up a network cable because I just couldn't get it to stabilize. So I decided to try that to see if it would keep me in the green. And so far, so good.
Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Right? Nothing like coming home and just being able to flop down on the bed or the couch.
Please continue. Every detail is essential.
In more ways than one.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame.
We have like relationships.
Put the hospital at risk. The threat from our
I'm sure there's an extra bed around here somewhere.
A list of dates.
Yeah.
My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
There's a job title for your resume. Local gossip.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
So I guess there's like maybe, as far as I can tell, about 4 different endings to this game. Basically a couple of better ones and a couple of worse ones, just depending on like how many people you eat. Is she the one that's in here? As far as I can tell, she's on this floor, so that might be it, but... Oh, great. Now those two have gotten together.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Charged your headset for 5 hours and accidentally left it in the on state before I left work. Came back home to a dead headset. Ah, damn. Yeah, I've done that. I'm really not sure how I feel about you two getting along. Where the hell you think you're going, lady?
Good evening, Miss Howard. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Good to see you're as crazy as usual.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes, and it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft.
Yeah, I've done
You
that
must stop
so
this
many
now.
times.
Why fear the truth? Strange
Oh
things
hell, like I unplugged
strange and
one of
ancient
my
beings
things,
that were here
like
before
my
this
controller
island
charger.
even had
I'll
a name.
unplug that to plug in my other headset. And I forgot to plug it in. That's why my controllers were dying the other day when I was trying to record for
Have you
Fist of the
heard
North
of
Star.
any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time.
Nobody knows any of that.
I'll leave you, mistress of the...
Okay, yeah, now it's open.
These nurses, bred with no respect.
Right. Just checking for lootable shit in your room before I could go about my business.
What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swanson?
Shut up.
Please, calm down, madam.
Oh my
I'm
god, I
sure
love
I'm
Fist of the
highly
North Star.
qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
I'm in chapter...
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless
What am I in
woman.
now? Like chapter
You know
5
how
or
long I've been
6?
a patient here.
Something like that.
You've
So those first few chapters are going pretty quick. But I'm finally to where I can...
Jones,
I'm starting to get some of those mini
I'd be
games
willing to
unlocked
have a chat
and
with you.
have a little bit of
You
that
know what
freedom.
goes on here better than any other patient.
I just got to do the bartending mini game for the first time, and I was laughing so hard my sides hurt.
I heard there have been some despicable goings on. Was it
So
a
I'll probably
case
gonna
of
play more tonight.
blackmail?
Blackmail?
No, behave.
Wait.
Don't you do shit.
Investigating something.
Don't need you
This is a
crashing on me
social
again.
call. One of those incompetent cunts lit a poor sod's face.
Yeah. That'll do it. You like gossip?
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches will let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Ah, no. Every day I do the same thing. I don't want to turn it off though because I'm afraid I'll forget to turn it back on. Yeah, it's good to talk to you, Cal. I hope dinner's good. Or breakfast, or what the hell time is it over there? Lunch? Yeah, you're like 15 hours ahead of me. So it's 8:45 p.m. here.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches. Greedy little
Old and
eyes.
cranky.
Just waiting for me to pop off, they are.
Yeah, yeah.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses
Yeah.
Lane, Hawkins, Brannigans.
That's
Poor
3, 2, 1
souls.
stars.
Can't keep their legs shut.
I don't remember who like the technical artist of that is, but it was
Really? Well, if you
off
have
of Dance Dance
irrefutable
Revolution.
proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is...
DDR always good for your
on
perky
hospital
little techno
Thank you for your
dance
time, Miss
songs.
Jones. You've given me something to See you on the next round.
Alright, so we've got to find a few people. Oh, lootable shit. You did have stuff. Give me your crap. Small bag of junk. Oh, fuck you, lady.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Hawkins, Crane, and Brannigan. Well, there's Hawkins.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Oh boy.
How would you describe his situation?
It's serious.
Flu, bad, got it. Get a grip.
You must get a hold of yourself.
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last.
I wish I could believe you.
How long?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning.
You'd be surprised what dedication.
Sorry, Doctor.
Too tired to give a pep talk.
How is the Pembroke?
Well, not well. Milton.
Why is Milton so grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation.
Alright.
Why does Milton?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned. Milton is not the chatty type.
Right, right.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes. Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as an...
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman.
Right. Personal.
Pepper, are you sure?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
So...
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister...
And what about Milton Hooks?
For Milton, any change means...
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough...
On the contrary, my faith has never...
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital.
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By a...
No. It is my definition of getting out of this...
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead. Or will be soon. Don't you see the futility?
In your position, I would suggest a more elaborate defense. Cynicism will not
I'm tired of being nice.
This isn't cynicism. It's realism. You still need me, Dr. Reed. And you know it.
Whose idea was...
What difference does it make?
Answer my...
It was my idea first.
Yeah, I feel like this game is
visiting one of the nurses during her shift.
right now coming off more
You
as
spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful
what's the
tales.
way I'm looking for it?
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough.
Kind of the relationships and goings on and how people are dealing with crap under like the blanket of the vampire story.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't
We very
care for
quickly
her?
forgotten about being a
Hate is
vampire
what keeps that old crone alive.
at the moment, at least. I mean, there's still that backdrop of he's trying to figure out more about being a vampire.
What can you tell me about...
Let me get...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
So we got her out of the way. Crane and Brannigan. the hell are you, Strickland? Come on. The hell? That's weird. Investigate citizens' actions. The hell?
You don't mind if I search your pockets?
He's doing what we did.
Do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir. So it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
It's wrong because he did it, not us. Haha. Staring at us, though. Yeah. I guess you're right. But maybe it just depends on how I have the camera angled. The way it comes off. Human confidants. So... I don't know, maybe we should go try talking to him, see if we can confront him about that.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
You steal from the dead!
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
You should show respect for the dead. What about their loved ones who may treasure these items you sell?
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Since you're not afraid of dying,
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
do you think you would enjoy immortality?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
So you're ready to...
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to...
You're a wise man.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish...
Do you really...
As I said, sir.
Quite depressing.
Yes. But the good...
Right.
A pawnbroker?
Yes, sir.
Who come...
I'm very...
We'll,
What kind...
With the quarantine...
make sure we...
Goodbye, Mr. Chidan.
Well... Still gotta find... Crane... and... Brannigan. Bran again.
I met him in New York once.
If only there were...
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do we have any more?
Do you know if any of the hospital...
The people who work here all...
Have you seen a strange man?
I've never heard of such...
Okay.
Goodbye, nurse.
So... we need... Crane. Hey, look, it's Clay. Way the fuck out here is like, is that what you're telling me? Find Dorothy in the area. Okay. Oh shit. Gets caught for stealing from the dead. Nah, nothing happens. We just talk about it and walk away like nothing happened. Yeah. It's just more, the idea that we're talking to them about it almost. It's like, let's get it off our chest. I'm going to give it like 30 seconds or a minute to see if it clears up like it did for John. But this game is so buggy. This is our problem, Corey. This happened 3 times in an hour and 45 minutes yesterday. This happened with the first copy of the game that Jonathan got. He took it back thinking it was the game disc. He brought it back. He says it's happened to him a couple of times. But it's cleared after about 30 seconds or so. For me, I had to restart 3 times yesterday. We've been going... This is good. We've been going over an hour without a freeze. So this is an improvement over yesterday. Not that I know of. Not one that's fixed it completely. I haven't looked up online either to see if there's anybody that has a similar issue or not. Like, if they're still having those problems. So, we'll see, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have to restart. This in and of itself, I'm like, this game is slow enough. I'm gonna, I might just start, it's hard to though, because there are those little things, but I might try to plow through what story I can. And we just see what we can do to keep up with the leveling. Maybe they're trying to tell me to move on to something else, like Kiwami 2. They're like, no, you don't want to play Vampire. You want to play something a little bit more up your alley. I honestly don't know what we're playing after Vampire. But I figured it would be long enough that something would come along, or we would decide at some point. So this is, we're on 1.07, which is supposed to have various bug fixes and improvements, and that's all of these. That's all of what these are. So, Yakuza! Yeah, we got, ooh, hey, speaking of Yakuza, not the game, but necessarily, but we got a little bit more information about some of the characters and Judge Eyes, including his partner Kaito. I think it's Kaito Masuhara, but you know, he's the dude with the very bright orange and yellow shirt and the chops. His background is, as character details go, is that he's, you know, he's older than Yagami, and he comes off as very arrogant and stuff like that, but is actually, you know, pretty kind-hearted. But he's actually ex-Yakuza, not by choice. He was expelled, and apparently regrets his history, but doesn't like to show that. So I think my initial feeling of the tough but, you know, lovable, kind of tough, gruff, but lovable type was probably fairly accurate. Also, though, he gets in a bit of trouble. I know this much because they had the extended story trailer. And if you watch, you'll see him bleeding out in the background in one scene. So I'm like, okay, well, please don't kill the guy. Also, please don't make him a bad guy either. So those were two things that were a concern. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm ready for some Judge Eyes. I was joking with Leonot that I need to... Which direction am I going here? I need to go flip a bitch. I need to learn Japanese in just a couple of months so that I can just freaking play Judge Eyes when it comes out on the Asian market. Alright, so... That's a no. Let's... Based on my map here. Eavesdrop. You're not the only one getting it. It happens regardless of platform. Okay. Yeah. Oh, don't get emotionally attached to that character and the game won't kill him. I know. Have you noticed? Have you noticed every time, as soon as I say, I kind of like this guy, bam, dead. Happened all through, like, Yakuza 0. They killed, like, everybody in Kiwami, so it's fucking, yeah, like, it didn't matter who you liked in that game. I missed half of that. Shit.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well. Thank you, I guess.
That guy looks very poorly rendered. I mean, this isn't the most, like, graphically adept game, but yeah, compared to what else we were getting, he just looks very goopy. Unless he becomes... That man is part rubber. Oh, God. Fucking Majima. I am enjoying him more than I thought at first. Like, because Zero was my first exposure to him, and then when he changes at the end, then you're like... Like, I got it, but I didn't, and I wasn't sure because it was just so extreme. But after Kiwami and seeing all of that, I was like, oh, this guy is fantastic. Fantastic. And fucking immortal. You're right. Like, I'm afraid of what they're gonna do by the end of 6. Like I say, I don't know, you know, as much as they have apparently done with the story throughout the entire series. I was like, they would have felt like they had to one-up themselves in some regard. Oh boy, here we go. So that's a hard no.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
I bet. Oh my. Why do we close doors automatically? Fuck you. Well, that sounds pleasant. This can only have, you know, this can only go in good directions. Playing Zero after watching your Kiwami LP, I caught so many other things. Oh yeah? That's kind of what I was saying, is like, there's some people that like seem to feel one way or the other about it, and I'm sitting here thinking you can literally do it either way.
Attacked and dragged to the floor.
Can we do this like a shortcut? Shortcuts. Right on. We'll need to upgrade some stuff at some... Well, hello. The on Kiryu's side? Or no, oh, you mean like yeah, Majima's side. I know what you're talking about. Yes. The guy that needed to get his pants back. That was hilarious. I think I did that in the post game. I have recordings of me playing post game side quests. So I didn't actually get to put that on yet, but will eventually, like... Ah! Loot. It's okay, you just keep dying. I'll get there eventually. Where are we going here? I guess that way? So what's up here? Citizen to save. May not survive the next night. Go check on them. Okay. Ah, I have no idea what I just did. The giant kid looked like the blonde guy on the cover of 2. You are absolutely correct, Rhea. That is exactly who that is. Good catch. That's why I went back in and made sure to do those quests before I moved on, because there's another one. There's one for Majima and there's one for Kiryu that both involve characters later in the game. That was a hint that I got from somebody. Go do these quests called this. And so yeah, there's one for Kiryu as well. This thing is cutting out so much it makes me think it's gonna freeze up again. So yeah, I made sure to do that one before I moved on to that game. So we've got a little introduction to that guy. Okay. Lootable? Not lootable. I have no idea. Like...
Step away, sir. Stop!
I just want to find this panicking dude, seriously. I guess this is where we're supposed to go. Both him and the crazy old woman. Oh my god. Yeah, I still have to go back into Zero and do more stuff, but I also have a crap ton of stuff in Kiwami. So it's one of those things where eventually I'm going to go back and just be able to enjoy all of that stuff. Probably just do it like we did for fun that one day we did the Fist of the North Star demo. Just 5 hours of fucking Majima fun. That was what that was. Yeah. I think it was down the stairs. Well, like I said, I can't tell when doors are gonna, like, trigger like that. So, you know, when you're just kind of exploring.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need
Playing
to
with
get out.
Majima is
I'm
fun.
Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good.
But yeah, as long as this
Now
takes
leave
to
place and
load,
enjoy the cool night air.
it does bother me that I can't tell
I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
when things like that are gonna. He's got a headache. I don't have headache medicine. You rescued a citizen. I need to do the evolve thing. Okay, so that apparently is the correct direction. So what was that other way that we were gonna go? This way? Oh, hello. The Band of the Dragon. It seems that in certain conditions, when the brothers of St. Paul find a violent or bloodthirsty immortal, they call upon him this ban. What it is exactly, I don't know. Whenever a hostile or vindictive vampire has threatened London, it disappeared without a trace after the Brotherhood pronounced a ban upon him. Huh. Oh, nice. Serum. Oh, shit. I just walked into a fucking boss fight!
What sort of creature is this?
Nope! Nope! Level 9. Damn. Lay off for a second. Whoa! Ooh, shit. Damn it. Damn. Fuck. Ah! Damn it! Damn. Yeah. That took concentration.
Here's
If you are sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon.
some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Okay, well this was the direction we needed to go. So what the fuck was up the other way? Probably shit that is way too high level for us. Hooray! Shit. Well, that went well. With the way he was moving, I felt like, okay, yeah, get on the side, do extra damage, And we should be able to parry him a lot easier than that one guy we were fighting. Switch back probably though to the fast weapons. Should probably do some upgrading. I probably have enough crap for it now. Whoo! Need to level up too. Cracking and popping. Reach Whitechapel. You're wanting to walk me to walk my ass there. Fantastic. Let's go by the hospital though. Because what we probably should do is check for, you know, leveling up and stuff like that. See what we can do. For our weapons and our upgrades, our skill upgrades. If upgrading the bite means you get more blood each time, that might be good to go for. Yeah, there's two ways to upgrade it. You can do like more damage, you can increase how much blood you have total, and you can increase how much you get back from it. So there's a few different ways to go about that. Offhand in one hand. Can we do the scythe? No. We need common handle parts and one lead rod to be able to do that. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. 116. Oh man. We can buy common handle parts from one of those guys. I wonder if we got enough money. How much money do we have? 272? Probably not. Let's see if we can upgrade this. No. The common handle parts are what's causing us some grief. What can we get out of that? Increased stun. Add 3 stun points when the weapon hits. Or decrease stamina consumption by 10%. We might as well upgrade it. And we'll take stun. Cold, fatigue, anemia, sepsis, pneumonia, bronchitis. We don't have headache medicine. God damn it, Rhea. I really do. I really do. It's in every way that you mean that. Yeah, I don't have headache medicine. He's just gonna have to fucking deal with that headache. Let's check out our skills. Well. We have 2,000. We can spend all of that to increase the damage, and that's pretty much it. With that, or we can spend a bit more on things like this. You're talking about increase the blood absorption when using bite in combat. And we do have that one upgraded a little bit. Bad puns for the win. I'll take them any day of the week. It's too much fun. I've been working on increasing a lot of that stuff just to hopefully help us get through, because all of our attack power is going to come from upgrading our weapons and finding new weapons and all that crap. So, and these aggressives take so much experience. So we could always, biting in combat, like, might as well be able to like damage them a lot more, but this seems like not a half bad thing to do. What are we looking at up here? Increase stamina and health. Where am I at? Yeah. So yeah. I feel like that's not too terrible to do. More health and stamina is always useful. Yeah. That's the thing, is it's with it costing so much to do any of the attack skills, those aggressives cost 1,000 to start, 2,000 for the next level, and obviously it only goes up after that. So where it's nice to have that, I would rather be able to survive a little bit longer. So yeah, increasing our health, increasing our stamina, increasing how much health we're getting back when we bite, how much damage we're doing when we bite, just to help damage them a little bit more, things like that. So all of those seem like they're going to be really useful in the long run versus trying to have these one-off things that might do some damage. And like I say, we need to upgrade our weapons. Let's do that. Yeah. That's what I'm doing in Fist of the North Star. I'm just like working that body tree. I'm like, damage, 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 health, 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 damage, damage, damage. He's got anemia. He's got a headache. I think he's also fatigued. This is that guy. Yeah. Well, I guess if he's got something we can cure, why not? Alright. Seriously, still don't know what it wants to do me to do about the damn plant. Who's talking? Yeah, maybe. Like, see, we can, like, just eat people and get experience. There's a couple of people. That sell stuff. So health and stamina.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure. Please show me what you... Of course.
Yeah, you had that crap. I need the other guy. Whee!
Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr. Reed, you know.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
Man, this hospital is not sanitary. Makes me want to mop with a high-octane sanitizer.
I'd like to see your...
Yeah, it's... I think they don't pretend to be, though. So 32. That's all he's got of it, too. So fuck it. He's only got one anyway, so that's not gonna really help me. Shit. Finding lots of opium hanging around. I guess we're gonna push forward with doing what they want us to do. What's the best way? It's gonna be back this way. I guess at least I don't have to worry about, like, remembering to save, since I can't do anything but let the autosave do its job. I'm so thrilled. This was the area that we were too low level for, by the way. So not sure I'm happy being here. $11. Howie. God damn. There's way too many of those guys. Yeah. Can't complain about being sick if, you know, you're too drugged up to give a shit. I'm out of blood. Yeah, this is the way I'm headed. I kind of suck at my job, I think. We got a new hideout. Okay. How many do we have? We have 2. So we need 4 more. And a lead rod. To be able to do that. What about this? How many do I need for that? So we need 1 more. To be able to do that one. Yeah. I suck at being a vamp. Good God, do I. Great. Feel really good about that. Oh, great. Great. Let's take care of the little bastards first. Ah, bastard. Ah, this guy. Fuck! Fuck me! Damn it. Well, I've had better, I've had worse. Like how the guys below just keep talking while you're getting shot at. No shit. Good thing they don't seem to give a fuck. There's enough of these guys on my ass as there is. I have to concentrate so much.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Well, that went well, didn't it?
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this?
It's hard to tell. I was like,
epidemic?
are they just gonna attack me?
I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect
Really?
health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during...
Ah, my brother has spoken of your...
Right.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
Such a happy
Well,
city.
there's something to see.
Yeah.
But I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Really? That's interesting.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Ugh.
Do you know Nurse?
I don't like to
Competition?
Never met her, but it seems she...
What do you got?
I'd like to see what kind of...
Right now, I don't want to buy anything because I don't know what I need.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is...
So that guy that like fucking shot that dude, can we talk to him?
Boy. What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not what? You saw what happened. I'm Dr. Reed. And... No. Look, I'm not a violent man. What can you tell me about? Nothing to say, really. You don't have anywhere to go? Not since the death of my wife. You mean you used to have a better... Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a...
Okay.
Perhaps you... I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my... will. Whatever the boy did, I'm sure... I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that... I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just framed me last night.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what I'm going to need.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy? Funny, I've been searching for her too. Really? Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor.
Okay.
A gun, alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, there's all this stuff is used to make all this medicine and do the upgrades and all of that, but yeah, at the moment I don't know what's going to be most useful to me, so
What do you want? Leave me alone. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane. There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now, goodbye. I'm afraid this medical says the opposite, sir. Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
investigate his actions. There we go.
Strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius.
Okay.
Nearby the church they just mentioned.
So now we gotta go talk to some more people. So yeah, she's always covered in blood. She never cleans up.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Baron, you know a game. You pay for...
Excuse me, sir. I have...
That's why I say it was like she'd like open that door and everything just like with her bloody hands. I'm like, that's sanitary.
I'm not a journalist. I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say?
Really? But still, here I am.
I'm Joe Peterson's son. At Colossus.
May I ask?
I'll do whatever.
A
According not for me.
This part of
Totally.
Have you heard Dorothy? Could you please tell me?
She's a nice girl.
Goodbye, Mr. P.
Find Clayton in the area.
Excuse me, sir. Are you...
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed?
There's Clayton.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza?
There's a war going on.
Huh.
It's a disgrace.
These are bad times.
Why are the
There's a war.
It's a
These are...
Have you any idea of the day
I've had to run and
that science is unable to...
I confess,
What is a journalist doing?
He goes where none of his
So you risk your life to reveal the truth.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories.
Okay.
That's quite...
Not at all.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are
Yeah, I feel like this game right now, I'm getting the feeling of like maybe like 75% socializing, 25% action.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pem...
Ah, could it be Dorothy?
Without a doubt, you are a damn...
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious.
He has no...
No, except for that strange...
Where can I find...
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel.
He never...
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Okay. So, find the mailbox and the letter, and... Which one's closest here? And find Richard Nethercott. Sadly, not all the socializing gives you story. No. It gives you a little bit of backstory on the different characters, but like I said, it's slow enough that I'm just more or less... Sometimes I am skipping around it a bit, because it's not... Find the mailbox. Somewhere around here, I guess. Ah ha ha! There we go. I'm so sorry you've not heard from me in a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know Mason and are still living. Okay.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Right. Ha! Interesting.
Good evening, miss. I know what you're thinking. I know you understand. Camellia, I know you... a stubborn and mute comrade. Very well.
Interesting. She does not speak. Right, so now There we go. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit of both. I can't seem to... Do I need to talk to somebody? Do I need to go back to the house, I guess? Because right now I don't see any way to get to that. I don't know, we can try walking around a little bit. I don't know, she might be, but she could also be very aware.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine.
Here we go. Oh, good. That'll do. Cigarette case. Bullets. Alright. Yeah, I was afraid I wouldn't run into, you know, a bunch of fucking skulls. And like zombie vamps still living up a dark corner. Yeah, right. Fucking trying to find my way around these places with all the nooks and crannies we're supposed to go to. They're fucking weird.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Please be my guest. Really, I'm a poet, sir. May I ask what you're doing? Not at all. I'm just enjoying the play. But are you not afraid? Oh, why should I? I see some equity. If you say so. Thank you, Doctor. What are your thoughts on the terrible, you say? No. Of course. What are you talking about? My mother loved poetry. Perhaps your words...
Most people fail to understand my perspective.
Are you aware?
But this is where I must be.
I understand your need.
I don't care. I don't have many friends.
If some...
Well, you first.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott.
The place is not beautiful per se, but...
Do you not think...
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of light.
What can you tell me?
Not much. And that's the beauty.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your news.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But, will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel?
Interesting.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret
So yeah, they're well aware she's a mute, apparently.
Thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
You're a helpless romantic.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged.
He doesn't even deny it.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
May I ask you a few questions?
Extraordinary part of town, isn't it?
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane.
Dorothy Crane.
What can you tell me?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require media.
Part of this also is it's like... I feel like I'm just kind of sitting here like trying to plow through dialogue. But really it's about these like really tiny petty little things right now, like with the people.
I'll leave you alone.
So there's not much to
Darius is a bit
work
less
with
of a
in
mystery.
discussion on story building for the world and like the main story. Interesting. Thank you for sending your book of poems, songs from the defeated city. We found this interesting and profound as we told you the first time we received it. Alas, in the terrible times our country is currently facing, must understand that such a title would be totally inappropriate for any publication. Thus, since you still refuse to change your title and demand the full publication or none of your work, I'm sorry to announce that that Sycophant Publishing chose the second option with kindest regards.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too.
Yeah.
Good sir.
I agree,
Can I be of
Rhea.
any help?
It's not that everything has to be super.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings.
Not all
No, sir, I don't.
games have to
I
be
work so
super
hard.
hardcore,
I put all my time,
realistic
energy,
looking.
my devotion into the precise carving of words.
But this one almost it is. It doesn't seem to be like a style so much as just a. It feels like limitations.
Still,
With thanks to my parents,
you seem embarrassed.
someday I hope to proud.
Rock on.
I'll leave you alone.
I wonder if we can talk to her again.
Hello.
But yeah, it just has like sometimes like the way some of it comes off, like with him or some of the characters, looks a little bit more in the artistic flair rather than the last gen. But then other characters really have that.
Tell me about Camellia. Very well.
So
Goodbye then.
it's I'm back and forth about it, I think. Like, not just the look, but like the feel of the game, because I kind of like the idea that they're going with, but yeah, the pace is a little bit wonky. Even if you ignore how the people look, their movement is kind of odd. Like, he is very, very terrible looking.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you.
Who?
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know.
This was from Don't Nod and Focus Home Interactive. And they've apparently got Unreal Engine working on it.
Alright, I'll let you see Dorothea.
But
don't make me regret this, though.
so I was trying to think of how. Got some shit I can steal? Large box of pills. I'm just gonna take all your shit. Cheap gin. Collectible.
It's locked.
You were smart about that one, dude. They put the entire budget into making Jonathan look good and forgot to make some of the NPCs look like more than blurred out. I feel like that's nice for some of the, like this guy.
I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little prince.
So Dorothy's real.
Like myself and many people in this area.
She seems important.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea...
Tell me everything you know about
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried?
She is as brave as she is tough.
Are you in love with...
Don't be stupid.
Who is she, really?
She's not from around here, that's all we know.
You say she has no...
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly...
Did you refuse to publish?
Yes. His manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
I agree with that.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Shit.
Tell me everything.
I do not...
That one's still, like, lit up.
Do you have...
Who knows?
Don't be embarrassed, sir.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like...
This war won't...
No. I have taught strength and...
Right on. I'm sure there's like some interesting stuff going on, like, and I don't want to like belittle the character stories that they're putting in here, but
Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania?
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets.
I know you fought for...
I know my days are numbered.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the...
It is not the country I fought for.
Goodbye, Mr. Patrick.
he is blunt. It does kind of work like shortcuts. You can come around and unlock doors. Yeah, it seems sanitary. Just gonna take all the shit. Don't mind me, just looting the place. It's bigger than it looks from the outside. She's doing something. It's a TARDIS. The rats do. Like, the rats got it better. My dear Dorothea, when you read this letter, I will be on the boat that will take Anton and me back to Brasov. England was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see you again in the proud hills of Transylvania. As soon as we are there, I promise I'll light a candle in the Black Church and pray for you to survive this terrible epidemic. Know that you do not agree with this decision, that you are determined to be more useful by helping our comrades exiled in the East End. But Anton cannot wait to return to our beloved country and see our long-awaited revolution bloom. He is my husband. I will stay by his side. I know we had our arguments and our fights. I know you would have wanted me to stand by your side and help you manage this clinic of yours, but now that I'm leaving England, be assured that if anything would happen to you, if you ever were in great trouble or danger, I would come back immediately to London, with or without Anton. Please think of me as much as I think of you. I am your affectionate sister, Theodora. Sounds fantastic, whatever's going on up there. One minute.
He's going into convulsions, Doctor.
That's... Aww.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
Just... I was like, if you've got a better idea, tell me. Well, I'm not the doctor. Well, then shut the fuck up.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you alright, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter? I'm assuming we don't have shit.
Now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Like, seriously. Like, what do they want me to do? You got no words for this either?
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No.
If I said epinephrine, she would have said, we don't have any. We don't have shit. We're just a poor clinic.
Primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
He struggled with that one. I would imagine there was much that could be done at that time with next to no items. Yes, there's a loot.
So what do I owe this courtesy?
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Oh, fuck.
This is an unfitting place. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Oh, fuck. Jesus. Blackmail. Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Your heart might be in the right place, but
You're right. She would have been like, what the fuck is epinephrine? Are you making this up as you go along?
For God's sake, Dorothy. It's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means.
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Oh shit. Hey Plan C, what's up? We're actually still playing right now. I got it to work. Well, the game froze once, but it's I had trouble with the stream. We're missing a third option. But bitch. I feel like we shouldn't embrace. I don't think it's gonna probably be worth the effort. And the panic that it's gonna cause. We're gonna spare.
No.
I can't believe I'm avoiding killing people. I felt like I was gonna kill everybody.
Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed, that sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
But a deal based on mistrust, I feel like that's... District will soon suffer the consequence of your actions. Okay, hint lost. So, like, so we can't get her above this for quality. Yeah. Search history is odd, but epinephrine was invented in 1906. Do we know what year we're in? I don't remember the my history enough to know when the Spanish flu and shit was. So, report to Lady Ashbury. The fuck? Well, that was quick. So, what? I made some poor decisions? Well, fuck my life. Fuck. Hang on. Damn it! Oh, fuck. So, I probably should have just killed the bitch, I guess. Her. Great.
Good evening, my dear
Okay.
colleague.
Yeah, tanky as fuck, some of them. 1918 was Spanish flu. So maybe epinephrine would have been the answer there. It's playing item transportation and management simulator, aka Resident Evil 0. Yeah, we're playing Vampyr social simulator over here.
Goodbye, Miss Wanderer.
So,
Perhaps we'll...
I need to, about face. That's right. Let's go this way.
Even the flu is no match for the Swanderer courtship.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games. I've seen a little bit of some of them. Obviously know about some of it, but yeah, I just never got into them.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Fuck. Fuck. Nope. Motherfucker. Damn it. This is some bullshit. Ugh. Yeah. I think it's more than that, Rhea. I think it's more like for every 2 minutes of battle, there's about an hour or hour and a half. That was some bullshit. Ah! Gangbangs emulator. Fuck me. Like, they just kept coming out of nowhere. I had no blood left either. So I'm gonna heal. Take a nap while this loads. I was being generous. I figured as much. Like, do we have to go that way? Probably. Alright. Well, I mean, we'll give it another shot. I don't really have any blood left. So we'll see if we can...
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Get back in the cage!
Fuck. Fuck. Ah! Alright, you need to die. God damn it. God damn it. Fuck. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah. I don't understand, like, they just keep sending in these motherfuckers. This is some bullshit. And I gotta sit through a 5-minute fucking loading screen every time. This game is already on my nerves already, and it's not helping that there's some fucking bullshit. I don't feel like I did, honestly, but thank you. Like, the guys that I apparently had to kill, the 2 main ones, I wasn't doing any damage because they kept sending the motherfuckers at me. And everybody's got a fucking torch and then the fucking crossbow. I don't know. Like, I feel like this is something that it's kind of required, but...
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Alright.
Let's pin it down! Burn it, boys! Crush the leech, boys!
We done? I think we did it. Alright. Good. Fully. Oh, did I fully kill the one before? Third. Too bad spin the wind doesn't work here. Oh, God. Yeah. This is me spinning a shot in the ass. Yeah. Alright. Any other loot? I don't think so. I don't know where they fucking even came from. All I'm trying to do is report to my Lady Ashbury. They all dead. Nice indeed. Which side was she on? Maybe this one? Maybe. The other side, I guess. I guess I could follow the damn marker. Well, how you doing?
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
So you like it rough, huh? Compassion only hides your appetite. Yeah.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your son.
Who follows markers when you can randomly run around?
Newly born in this world.
None of these make sense to me. Did I miss something? Like, in response? Which one's the most, like, sarcastic?
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway,
Oops.
I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmail.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan?
I can't tell if she's like a fucking
But you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair.
problem or not.
After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree
just
with that.
trying to...
And since a lady always keeps...
I can't tell what this game wants. I really can't.
Answer any questions you may have.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good...
She makes me fidgety.
He is trying to find a solution for our...
Problem?
Hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
Huh.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why?
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Okay. So... yeah, I'm trying to piece that together. I still don't get the desire to always be some random number in the 20s. Oh, man. So...
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you?
Great, another term.
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires, but all vampires
Oh, one of these.
are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
Alright.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
So he had to drink whoever's blood. Was he forced into it? Or was he dying maybe? And this guy says he could live? He would, are you my maker, like the bird in the children's book asking, are you my mother? That we are like them, but they are not like us makes my head hurt. Yeah, so now she didn't, okay, they're making it sound complicated and simple at the same time. It's not as simple as biting someone and they become a vampire. She's saying you have to drink of the vampire's blood. So you have to drink their blood to become a vampire. That actually sounds less dangerous than the other way around. Because if you bite someone and they like bleed out, they die before they turn into a vampire. If they just got to drink your blood, then how is that a potential threat to the progeny? So there's details being left out there, or it's just for the sake of drama that they added that threat in. But then, yeah, it turns into he would have had to have drank. So he either like got force fed it, or like I say, maybe like cut a deal and just doesn't remember because he died. Like it feels like they're over right now. It feels like they're overly complicating it.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a
If the person isn't strong enough, like basically the transformation itself would kill him.
In the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it?
Vampires!
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
That's like almost acting like a severe allergy. It was like rejects it basically. I guess I could see that as a potential explanation.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
Is it a cult?
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best.
See, this is what I like, is being able to kind of discuss like this. They're putting out lore, and we can be like, okay, does this make sense? But it does. It feels like a little bit of it's overly complicating it.
I bid you farewell. must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
So we get to go back upstairs. Hello, box. Because it's giving us a little bit of something to talk about versus just some of these people going, well, this person, they're just weird and I don't like them. And now I have a hint. We go, why are you weird? Why are you like that? Well, I have to be because this, you know, day and age and the Spanish flu. Kill them all. Hell yeah. Oh, man. We got 2,265 experience. Alright, we'll analyze it in a second. Do we have enough shit to upgrade anything? Excuse me while I stretch my back. Hell, almost. Ooh. Do we want to upgrade this and give it the blood absorption? Hold on. Just gonna pop my back. If I can. Oh. But yeah, it's we've got just enough to do either the hacksaw or the I don't know how hard it's going to be to start coming across some of these parts because we're going to get new weapons eventually. So we've got 8. We need 3 for that. And 6 for that. Oh, we're 1 fucking short of being able to do both, but we need the lead rod for this. So we might as well up our hacksaw. I say we give it blood absorption. I've kind of been switching back and forth between them. So, and this one will give me blood absorption, then when I need to use it, it hits faster and it's upon hit. So, and I can get more hits in at a time. Obviously it doesn't use as much stamina. So, we're going to go with that for now. You know, this could be useful. Alright, so we could do decrease the stamina consumption, or we can absorb 2.5 blood points when the weapon hits. Add more to it, basically, because this thing already, I think, has the added bonus of absorbing I think eight blood absorption, 2.5. Yeah, let's do that. Fuck it. And that'll be So we can stun, but if we get a see right now, I can't really use the secondary, but if it's really needs to happen, I suppose I can change this out, because right now that stuns and I can bite for blood absorption, but that will absorb blood itself. So it's hard to decide. I guess, do I want to stun? But I do the stun just for the blood absorption. So let's try trading it out. So that's got 18 stun on it. We can still use it, like upgrade it for getting more stun. Light stamina serum. Alright.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Okay. Establish a connection. Alright, so now let's level up some more. Let's see. Like, where are we sitting on this? This costs 1,300. So it'll heal more. We're gonna need to do that eventually. At the very least, eventually. We're at level 9. So the next level is going to unlock at level 10. More health. More stamina. More blood. So many decisions to make. Oh. So what do we got? The ultimates have unlocked. You lose control and let the beast take over for a short time. The beast teleports itself to all enemies around you and strikes them with furious blows. That's 200 damage, 600 shadow, 400 blood. Abyss. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet. Coming to life, the shadows interrupt an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage. And then... you focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode, dealing damage to the target and anything nearby. I feel like it would kill the target. I don't know if I should hold off on those for now. Like, and continue. increasing things like blood capacity or health and stamina. I'm really forsaking all of these skills just to try to... They sound fun, but how much would you really use the super attacks versus more blood attacks? Well, the super attacks, like, could be good in a pinch, but yeah, it's like you said, how much am I going to end up using them? I kind of like the idea of... I don't think they're going to make or break me at this point. I think trying to increase a lot of this other stuff is probably not a bad idea. So... it's... this has been nice, like, to that degree, so it would be nice to increase it. This has been, it's been handy in a pinch. So, but they just take a lot on the active skills. Takes a lot. We'll go ahead and increase bite damage. Feudal police raids in Whitechapel. As of late, the rumors that surround Whitechapel are ripening into facts. In the last 3 months, the police have suspected the district of hosting what might be the heart of London's medicinal black market, but of course these suspicions will remain assumptions, for no task force or additional police presence has been sent to Whitechapel. No large drug stocks have been found, or no crime lords arrested. This masquerade has only been planned as a desperate attempt to conceal the blatant incompetence of the London City Council's Board of Health by giving the populace a cheap and easy victory, while the epidemic spreads more and more each day. Worst of all, when you take time to review the most recent statistics, you discover that the district of Whitechapel is coping with the disease much better than other parts of the city. Is it a miracle? Evidence of the activity of an illegal but efficient medical underground? More proof of the authorities' criminal incompetence? All I know is this: if a Londoner has a better chance to survive the epidemic by choosing to live in this godforsaken borough, I am ready to move to any cheap, flea-infested flat some shady landlord will agree to rent me right now. Interesting. Major event. Your choice concerning the community pillar have been reported by the press. So that's what that is. Interesting. Yeah, get the most out of biting the enemy. Got some fatigue, a cold, bronchitis, a migraine. Learn more about the vampire epidemic. We're still in chapter 3. Alright. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Unless you are ready to be done for the evening. Like, I know it's getting on pretty late. So, if we're ready to wrap up. I think you're the only one left, Rhea. What's this? Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest and for the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice there's an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing all this must be for you. Believe me, I've studied enough of your species to understand what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we are all presently facing. I hope our future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I've discovered about Ekon in the last few years. Feel free to read about it if you need some guidance. So, we had not picked that up yet. Somehow we missed that one. Yeah, it's getting a bit late. Alright. If I go over here to the bench and then leave, it'll trigger an autosave. Also, we should probably make some, make something for fatigue. Couple anemia. Bronchitis was one we saw hanging around. And a cold. So that way we can treat people, I suppose, if we want. I don't know if they'll like die or what. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, we'll call it there, Rhea. You can get on to bed, and but thank you for sticking with me on that. And it looks like hopefully the cable fixed the issue, and now I have the cable. So, yeah, a cable stringing along my house here, but you know, I don't give a damn. It's whatever works. So now I don't got to worry about paying like $60 for a tech to come out and maybe even tell us that they can't hook up this freaking line or whatever. And they said like their latest router was gonna be $200 for us to upgrade to that one. So I was like, oh, fuck it. Hooray for simple fixes, right? I spent less than $20 and I got a cable that did what I needed it to do. So hopefully. Like I said, so far it's been way better. Like I started up OBS and immediately it went to the red. And then yesterday, of course, we had a few problems here and there with the stream dropping out. So hopefully this was the issue. And I even went back to the 1980 by whatever, and the, you know, my bitrate. I raised the resolution bitrate back up again. So that I'm back on the original settings too, and it's still holding green, so that's good. And we still got a pretty good amount of game time in today, I think. So this is going to be interesting. As long as you're still, as long as people are still into it, we can continue this next weekend. Like I said, when we do get into the interesting bits of the lore or the like crazy boss battles, even though it feels like bullshit at first, once I like get a strategy down, it feels like, you know, kind of fun to try to figure out what weapon and method to go with. Like in that last one with all those guys, it was kind of like just go into stun, bite them, get the blood back, and then unleash some more shadow attacks, because it gives me a little bit of that area of effect, and it damaged them the most, especially, you know, that Mr. Bulky with the gun and the little steel arm shield. And then, you know, like, but versus like that beastie thing, the werewolfy looking almost thing, where I used my two-handed scythe and did parries and the heavier hits instead. So that's that's where this game really starts to pick up for me. It's not that I don't mind the story-based stuff. Just right now it feels a little bit more on the tedious side. So when we get to the meatier part of the story, that's where it's picking up for me story-wise. I'm lost as heck on the story, and I want to understand what's happening. What did I do? It paused on its own, as far as I can tell. It was like, are you wanting to quit? I didn't touch anything as far as I know. It probably doesn't help that I skipped dialogue, and if that's a problem, let me know. But I didn't also, with all the dialogue options that there are, I didn't want us to sit through a lot of what would have been, because a lot of it seems more like on the personal story front, not the main story. So I think we're lost as heck because I think it's not necessarily that dialogue. I really don't. My personal opinion is that we're lost as heck because the main story, we haven't been given a lot. And a lot of our main story so far has not been regarding what's going on personally with us so much as getting to where we can deal with what we're getting personally. And yeah, I think so. I think it did pause on its own, like, because I was just standing there idle. It's a smart game, maybe? I don't know. Freezes a lot for a smart game. But, our personal story is not picking up simply because we're spending all this time getting to where people will give us that information. So it's, hey, go find out about this blackmail or that person or this thing, and then we find all these little personal bits about their story. So I get a little bit lost on the details, I think, there, because Lady Ashbury was pissed because I didn't kill the lady. What's her name? Nurse. But I didn't kill her at the time because I was like, well, I really don't feel like I need to. I feel like I'm potentially losing, district points there or whatever. But then it seemed like not killing her gave us a problem, at least at the outset there. So I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe I just need to go treat some of those people in the district, and the district health will go up, because I'm not sure why some of those guys were in the clinic right after the fact. It just confused the fuck out of me. Too much filler fluff to track the story easily. Yeah, it's just a lot of this personal stuff. All that, like I said, it's like you say, it's that kind of fillery type personal little things going on with every character, and the connections that they all make with each other. And you can see that that's there, but it's very tedious to get around. You're missing out on some stuff if you're not doing it. But I feel like we aren't going to hurt ourselves too much unless we were going for that idea of getting somebody maxed out with all of their hints and our social status with them in order to eat them. Right now, I think we're hanging in there without having to eat people out of necessity. So we'll see where it goes from there. Like, if we needed to, like, I'm sure that we would have our mesmerized level with somebody to where, like, we could get a little extra something or other. But I feel like the abilities, as tempting as they can be, are almost a decoy. Like, it's like, oh, those look really cool, but they cost a lot of experience. So if you're spending your big bucks over there and not putting into your passives, then I feel like that's where you're going to hurt yourself in this game. So making sure I have the stamina to move around the field and get hits in, especially with those bigger mobs. When they're sending 4 or 5 guys after me at once with, like, flaming arrows and torches and shotguns to the face. Every choice has good and bad result, it seems. Yeah, basically. And sometimes it's almost like a little bit of both, just depending. So I think going into the passives is is a good thing. I think that's something we should continue putting into and focusing on and upgrading our weapons. That's where we're going to get the main source of our damage right now. And then later in the game, when we've got more of our passives unlocked and we've got, you know, more weapons and those weapons upgraded and kind of settled into what's working for us there, then we can start adding in a few abilities to try to give us that longevity or to help us out in a pinch. So yeah, so I think that's the plan for now, is to continue focusing more on the passives. Yes, it is subjective. Kind of like, and they make that point in this game, like in this dialogue, kind of like what they're, you know, one thing they're doing that could be viewed as bad, but for this other good that they're trying to achieve. So, or people just trying to survive, so they have to do something kind of sketchy or just outright bad. So, but where the, you know, that's like I said, you almost forget it's a vampire story because you're spending so much time on this other stuff. So then you're like, okay, so what's the vampire story gonna end up being? And it's like Lady Ashbury was saying, we don't know who made us, but then they made us, and then just like, in at least in this universe, you don't just randomly make vampires and then just waltz off. Like, apparently there's a bit more care and understanding put into it. You want a progeny when you make it, and then you're there to guide it and teach it how to be what it is and control itself. And this, whatever, for whatever reason, have some fanatic vampire that's made us into its progeny, but then just up and fucking left. We don't know why we're a vampire, why it made us a vampire, and then chucked us into a body pit and left us. So that brought up an interesting question, for sure. They built the base for the fancy things. Yep. If I don't have enough, like, say, blood to make use of these more powerful attacks, then I run out way too fast, you know. So yeah, you're right there. It builds the foundation upon which all of those active skills stand. And being able to survive, of course, like by having enough stamina to dodge and attack, and enough health to let us make those mistakes and then not die. So, and now I gotta remember that I have a blood stealing thing instead of a stun thing, though, on my offhand. That's gonna be the key there. That my offhand weapon is not for stunning anymore, because I felt like ultimately they were working toward the same goal. So what I wanted to do is see how this knife works out, because the stun damage, I'm not exactly damaging them a whole lot from the bite right now. I don't know what that increase that I just did, how much, it says 100%, but like what that actually translates to damage wise, I'm not sure. So I was going to see how this knife worked out with the blood absorption on the offhand, so that instead of stunning and then biting to get the blood back, because that's literally all that offhand is for, is so that I can stun them so I can bite them, not really so much for damage. Then we'll take this knife and whenever I need some blood back, just kind of like give them a few quick jabs or something and see like where we end up with that, like if it counters it enough, or if going back to stunning and biting is going to be the better deal there. So, yeah, a few things to look into with it. So that's where the RPG building part of this kind of comes into play, as you can kind of decide your strategy there with your ability trees, your actives, your passives, what weapons you're using and upgrading, and what mixture and combination you're going for, and how you want to approach combat. There's a few different ways to do it. At the base level, it's probably going to ultimately be similar to the same, but like with those slight differences on what works for you, right? That's what we're gonna do. Like I said, it's just gonna be down to me remembering that I changed my offhand, which I'll be like, why am I not stunning him? Oh, right, fuck. So we'll see how that does. All right. So that was, like I said, went well once I got everything fixed. And then it's at least in the way of it staying up and running. And then now it's about figuring out how this game is going to play out for us. And I feel like, yeah, sometimes it's just sitting here watching me, literally watching me play. There's not a lot of banter happening, but I'm just trying to get from place to place or concentrate on a fight, you know. But like I said, it's not giving me a lot of material to work with. I'm only so witty. Like, I'm not even that witty. So, I'm like, I wish I had some remark to make about what the hell is going on, but there's nothing really going on as far as I can tell, so it's all just crazy people. But yeah, we'll continue this next Friday. And in the meantime, well, we've got Fist in the North Star. So if I get ahead enough on that, maybe I give Kiwami 2 a start. But I'm afraid to, like I said, do too much. And I think I'm actually going to get through Fist of the North Star faster than I think. So we'll probably just be doing Kiwami 2 after. As far as I can tell, the story is not like super long. It's going to be the side stuff that distracts me. So, but like I said, I want to say I'm in like chapter 6 or something like that, which is, I don't know how long the later chapters are, but there was, how many chapters? It might be 16 or 17, I'm not sure, but they're relatively short usually. So have a good night, Rhea. I'm happy you dropped by, and hope you get enough sleep. Because it is late, so I'm sorry to keep you. But thanks so much for being patient about the stream problems and still sticking with me through it. Like I said, we still got some pretty good game time then. Yeah, I was going to have an episode today. Sorry it didn't go up. But yeah, I will see you later. Good night.